Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, we'll be going through the patch note for 3.4.20. So it seems like the patch note came out earlier, and then I've noticed it. And then the new version preview haven't out yet, so I guess we'll go through the patch note first, then we'll only look at the visual, which is the new version preview. Okay, so let's take a look here at March 4, which is the early March. They did promise us early March they're gonna have like some revamp PvE content and level 70, right? So we're gonna look through this patch note if they're gonna explain through everything. And we have the new Esper, which is gonna be Lapis, and it is Ma'at, is it? Is the Egyptian Esper. If we look at the Google here, if not mistaken, the pronunciation should be Ma'at. You can correct me if I'm wrong. It's the Truth, Justice, and Cosmic Order. It's the ancient Egyptian goddess of Truth, Justice, and Cosmic Order. She's the daughter of son of God Ra, which is the the daughter of Nama, because Nama is son of God Ra, right? And then harmonic balance and divine order, and she principles were certain to ancient Egyptian law. And okay, so if we take a look at some visuals here, this is how she looks like with some feather here, and then with this icon, which is her Egyptian icon thing. I'm not really familiar with the Egyptian god. I only know Drew, which is Anubis, and other than that I'm not really very familiar with it. But yeah, so this is the visual. We have no idea how the visual looks like yet unless you already look at the leaks, and we're gonna wait for the new version preview. So Lapis is a fighter who gains boost from AP up buff granted by the ally. So S1, you do damage to one enemy based on attack. It's a single hit damage, not multi-hit. Each speed increase damage by a certain percentage of attack. So she is also speed scaling, kind of something like Mateo. Mateo also have some built-in speed damage, like Suje also have some built-in speed damage as well. And after casting this ability in an active turn, so only active turn can make Lapis get this buff, which is increase the final damage of the next Judicial Foray, which Judicial Foray, not Foray, Judicial Foray, which is her S3. So your S1 here, every time you cast your S1 in an active turn, which means Avatara and Relief Set won't work on this thing, but then you increase your final damage of your next S3 and it's stackable. So we have no idea how many percentage and what stackable to how many stack, but what we know is S1 makes your S3 deals higher damage. S2, Chains of Justice, is a passive, will gains additional AP and gains Absolute Order, which is a golden buff, when receiving an AP up buff from an ally. AP up push is something like, let's say like Hiei, Clara, Feng Shun, all these like AP pushing buff will give her additional AP and also give her Absolute Order. Absolute Order is her own golden realm buff, which will increase her speed and attack, stackable with a limit. Basically, she will be more faster and higher DPS because all her skill here, damage through attack skilling and increase more speed means more attack as well. And her golden realm buff here gives her more attack and more speed, so she's gonna be a very fast fighter. S3 deals damage to all enemy based on attack. It's a AoE one hit, and each speed increase damage by a certain percentage of attack. So her S3 is also speed scaling, but if you actually ascension it, it will also deal increased damage to bosses. So I believe that this is what they mentioned in the in-game mail patch note thing, the roadmap thing. They're gonna more focus into PvE content stuff. I think Lapis, starting from Lapis, will be the one that is the Esper will start more focus on PvE, and I believe this deals increased damage to bosses will make Lapis even effective in PvE content. Like she's very fast, she gains a lot of attack, and she's a wind type Esper, which already makes me think that she will be very strong in the Desolate Land bosses. Right, because you can pair Feng Shun, which is AP push and buff as well, and you can pair Lapis, it's a wind Esper. You can pair Sienna, which have AP push in her S1, and Sienna can CD reduce for wind Esper and make her cast her S3 to do more damage to the boss. I think it should be something like this. Then let's take a look at the reso. R1, your S3 final damage increase. It seems like your S3 is your main DPS output because you deal damage increase to boss, you do AoE damage, your S1 here will further boost your final damage for your S3 as well. Then R2 here, at the start of the combat, you gain absolute order stack. So how many stack we have no idea, but basically you're gonna get more speed and attack at the start of the combat. Maybe this will benefit in PvP as well. Maybe because of the R2 effect here will make her higher speed and higher attack, so she will outspeed certain Esper in rival rune content. I'm not sure about that, but maybe this is good for PvP, but maybe also good in PvE because you get faster stack, and let's say the speed and attack is actually very massive here, then you do additional damage at the beginning already. Then R4, whenever you have ability on cooldown, your speed increase. So if you have S3, you only have S3 can able to go cooldown. So if you already cast your S3, so you increase more speed. You increase more speed means your S1 do more damage, and you get faster turn to rotate her skill and cast S3 faster. Then R6, Chains of Justice. Gains additional AP when receiving AP up buff. So I think this is the AP up portion. I don't think R6 is that important because let's say you get additional 15% AP, then maybe he'll give you another 30% AP, which means your AP push more. In PvP, wise additional AP push more isn't going to be that effective. Maybe in PvE it will be very effective. Let's say I'm gonna fight in Desolate Land, right? I want to rotate my Lapis a lot more faster. And let's say I put Function AP push 25%. And let's say if I for the R6, I get another 30%. So I'm gonna get 55% AP push instead of 25%. This is just my prediction. So I think she's gonna be a very good win PvE Esper, especially for Desolate Land. This is the first thing I can think of already. And looking at the AoE damage here, maybe it's going to be good in Falsetto Fantasy as well. We're going to look at what is the multiplier, what is the deal increased damage to bosses. But the good thing is, they finally include what is the Golden Realm buff. Like I don't have to guess like what is absolute order, right? There's at least there's something which is better than the previous patch. They actually mentioned the Golden Ring buff. Okay, so you can get it from Go Record and the Wish Pool as well. Then new feature, level breakthrough, legendary level mon. I guess the level mon should be Starry Mon. Legendary Starry Mon may emerge from the Rift during the crisis. They can help Esper break through their level limits. Go find them. Unlock level 70 only. You have 25 level 60 Esper. For the player who have been playing Dislyte for very long, this is not the issue for us because we definitely have more than 25 Esper who have level 60 for long-term player. If you are playing Dislyte not that long, then maybe you have issue with this, which means you are not qualified for the level 70 Esper yet. But they did not explain more about the level 70 thing, like is it just more stats, or maybe what is the requirement? Is it just Starimon, or what is the requirement to let them go level 70? What can I unlock, like maybe a better captain leader buff? Maybe I can level up my captain leader buff, or maybe I have a additional skill. We have no idea everything about this. I think they should actually explain more about this. If not mistaken, highlight video will explain more, but it seems like there's more detail in the in-game content, so we're not really able to go through everything in the patch note for now. Then added new fall for Calamity Island, so your single squad mode, only for your single squad mode, for all three surging pillar, the elemental tower, is increased from 260 to 360. So additional 104 for your Calamity Tower means more freebie for us, but it's only for single squad. So I think they're gonna slowly update the Calamity more. Like maybe after single squad, they're gonna update the double squad and triple squad as well. Then Path of Experience for Lapis unlock. Okay, added captain ability for the following Esper: Dalen, Changpu, Brin, Drew, Q, Zalmon, Catherine. Isn't them the rare Esper? I'm curious, like why would they add captain ability for the rare Esper? If I have to really predict, I would say that maybe this captain ability for the rare Esper is like 15% or 20%, which is going to be lower than the epic and legend, right? But maybe when you level up them to level 70, then they have a better legendary, I mean like better captain ability. Not sure, but I have no idea why would they add captain ability to the rare Esper while we don't really use the rare Esper very often. Okay, then we have a new team show. I already slightly watched through this patch here, which actually is a new team event for us. So Doomday Horizon Shadow Path, a miracle disturbance has occurred around Dubai the Bia, causing a rift to appear in the sky above the city. The unit has issued an emergency mission. Esper get out there and handle it. Okay, so they have new two things, which is Abyss Trials and Joint Forces. So this two is a new PvE content for the team show, which is not the previous one. It's the repetitive content. It's actually new. Memory Rift is the repeat one, I believe. Point Wall will be upgraded, which is the previous anomaly buff. We have the Point Wall for special buff for the Point Wall, right? Like for example, Epic Esper, damage increase, or maybe like counter attack damage, additional damage, something like that. I believe that there will be the upgrade, but what kind of buff I have no idea. So what is Abyss Trial, which is a new content? Esper will use the exploration equipment provided by the Union, which means everyone is going to use the trial equipment. You cannot use your own equipment to reach the depths of the rift, where they will challenge the Miramon and projection of random miracles. So maybe there's a lot of different kind of mobs of the different content we fight before, maybe like the story stages one. Then in each stage, 2 Esper team, which means we're gonna have a 2 team for this Abyss Trial, will be deployed to battle different enemy, which will be stronger than ever. Each teams can select one blessing to gain buff during combat. So we're gonna have 2 teams to fight this Abyss Trial, and we can pick one blessing for each team. Maybe the team 1 are gonna get some attack blessing, team 2 are gonna get some defensive blessing. Then we're gonna fight different Miramon and different protection. So this is a new thing, because it's unlike the previous trial, we just use R2 army to just fight through the whole wave, and we just repeat the same thing for every patch, and every time we're just gonna get 7 turn trials, all these things. Which is going to be new. I'm curious like how is it going to look like for this Abyss Trial, because this is something new. I think this is going to be new for the team show. It's no longer going to be the old one. Then we also have a new event. It's called In Joint Forces. All stages have a limited deployment capacity, requiring strategic allocation of Esper to clear stage. Upon clearing a stage, all Esper deployed will automatically station there and cannot be joined in other joint forces stage. So this gives me the feeling of the Frozen Crucible, because it kind of reminds me of limited deployment at capacity, which is like the Frozen Crucible. Every stage, sometimes that stage can only use 1 Esper, maybe the other stage can only use 2 Esper, and then you're required to think about the allocation of the Esper, because if you clear the stage, the deployed Esper will be stationed there. So it really gives me the feeling of Frozen Crucible. So I think the Joint Forces stages is going to be Frozen Crucible. Then Abyss Trial, maybe will be the 2 team Esper thing, and then maybe you'll get 1 blessing, and maybe the blessing is get through the Joint Forces. Everything here is just my prediction, alright? You can feel free to comment down your own prediction as well, but because we have no visual yet, this is my own guess. Then participate in the training simulator with the Memory Rift. I think this is the same thing, the Memory Rift thing. And then to help Esper unlock the full potential, the unit has set up an arena near the Rift for sparring. Each team can use Rift Special Unity Blessing to gain buff in Point Wall. No idea what it is, but it gives me the feeling of the anomaly Point Wall buff. It's still my guess only. Then we have new loyalty chest. Loyalty chest contains Haley, very good, Farah, Javid, Genie, Abigail, Gaia, Zora, Gabriel, and Louis. Okay, new Esper we have from the loyalty box is going to be Haley, Farah, I guess, Javid, Genie, Abigail. I think this 5 is a new one. If not mistaken, Gaia, Zora, Gabriel, and Louis got at the previous loyalty chest, right? From what I'm looking at, I think Haley will be good, like for R2 maybe. Farah is good. Javid is okay. Genie is not really that good anymore. Abigail is pretty good. Then the rest is some rerun, right? Then the unit has set standard for assessing the completion for the mission. Each standard is tied to mission progress in Abyss Trials, Joint Forces, and Memory Rift. So if you clear all 3 content in the team show, then for every standard achieved, you earn 1 badge. So you are able to claim valuable appearance reward. So appearance reward gives me a feeling of frame. Maybe name card, maybe profile picture frame, based on how many badges you earn through the content. So like I guess it could be like a 3-tier thing. So if you clear the Memory Reef, you get 1 badge. You clear Joint Forces, you get 2nd badge. You clear Abyss Trial, you get a 3rd badge. And then you get an Appearance Reward, which I guess it will be a frame or a name card. Then yeah, so this one is nothing else. So I think the team show here is something new and something we haven't played before. But everything that I go through just now, the Abyss Trial, Joint Forces and Memory Reef, is all my prediction because we have no visual at the moment. Then Red Up, we're gonna have Lapis at the Red Up. We have Abigail and Sienna, which gonna be it makes so much sense, right? Abigail AP push, Sienna S1 AP push, which sings with Lapis a lot. So I guess the weak one is always like the good Esper that can sing with Lapis, like Abigail, Sienna. If they actually Red Up function here, it's gonna be very good though. And second phase is gonna be Lapis. Elif is back, so if you actually miss Elif, it's your time to get her R6. We have Osana back as well, and then we have Hyde at Mavis as the phase 3. Then we have X Evasion. X Evasion is the pre-anomaly content. So we have X Evasion this patch. So then the next patch, which is going to be 3.4.21, we're going to have anomaly content, because every time there's going to be an X Evasion, then anomaly content. Then Championship is a rerun of Yamato. So if you haven't get Yamato to R6, then it's your time to get Yamato Ripple. Consume Stamina, Fafnir, and Shadow Stream. Okay, then the rest here is the same. Then they fixed the Desolate Land bug. Okay, so that's all for this patch note here. So overall, I think the Esper here is gonna be good. From the kit itself, I think it's going to be good already. I don't think she's that Rezo based. Of course, the stats boost is always welcome, but I don't think she's that Rezo based. Like, if you really want her to work at R0, it's already totally doable. She don't need the R2, don't need the R4, don't need the R6, from what I'm looking at now. Then the level breakthrough here, the level 70, which I think this is a big upgrade, but they did not mention more about it. And I'm very excited for this team show. It's totally a new revamp. No idea why Captain Ability. Calamity add-on is good freebie. But basically that's it for this patch note. Alright, feel free to comment down what you guys think about it, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is Gen MP, Yakishiba Tears, Epic Bullet Boy, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter and patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwatts, Rimu, Choni, Antonio Winterspoon, Cragren, Riku Fred X Iris, Calamity, Rocco Sensions, Jordan Alons, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest 10. Thank you so much for Code Wardeners, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Choni. Thank you so much for your support.